3 things that cause your husband to shut down when you try to talk to him. I am Tiffany Godfrey, your committed wife coach. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, click subscribe, and hit that notification bell before I even go ahead and go into this. Anyway, I want to talk to you about 3 things that can be causing your husband to shut down when you try to talk to him. Now, have you ever had your husband shut down? I know I had. My husband shut down on me one Christmas and I was pregnant. I felt so bad. That is not a good feeling when your husband shuts down because you don't know what he's thinking. You may have something you want to talk about and he is not responding to whatever it is you're saying or doing. Very hurtful feeling. Can make you feel lonely, disconnected, and it can get frustrating. Wouldn't you agree? Well, let's go ahead and talk about the 3 things. The 3 points I want to make is how, preoccupied, and you. Number 1, your husband, this is possible, maybe he never learned how to communicate. Have you ever thought about that? You know, some people are raised in families and they just don't communicate. They either, it's 2 extremes. It's either they sweep everything under the rug and act like nothing's happened. No apology, no, let's talk about it, let's try to smooth, nothing. Or it's very confrontational. So even if there is communication, it's always yelling, fighting, cussing. And so neither one of those will give you the response you want. So you can't help if he didn't learn how to respond. Now, here's the thing though. I would question, why did you marry him if he was not a communicator? But you know what it could have been? I'll just be honest with you. What it probably was, you thought he was a good communicator because he spent so much time listening to you and he was able to get away with it. And you kind of go, oh yeah, he's a great communicator. He listens to me and he's just so great. And then once you got married, you realize he really doesn't communicate. And when I do try to talk to him, he shuts down. Now, I have talked to some of my clients and their husbands have shut down for weeks. Now, unfortunately, I have not gone through that. I have had my husband go down and shut down mode, but not for weeks. And my thing is, if y'all got kids together, you got a house together, you're married, how can a person shut down for weeks and y'all not talk about anything, especially those things that are important? I don't understand it, but it happens. So he didn't learn how to communicate. That's number 1. Number 2, preoccupied. Maybe his mind is on his side piece. Now, please don't turn me off. What is a side piece? A side piece is anything or anyone that takes the place of you in his life. Now, yeah, side piece can be another woman, but I don't think everybody watching this video's husband has a side piece or another woman. I don't. But a side piece could be his NBA team. It could be his NFL team. And let me tell you something. If your husband is in the NBA or NFL or college sports, you may have to be praying all year long because there's always some kind of sport going on throughout the whole year. So that could be his side piece. Netflix can be his side piece. Porn could be his side piece. I know my husband was caught up in porn for many years. And I kept blaming myself. Well, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. No, it wasn't. It was something that happened when he was younger and it just grew and grew and grew. That's a whole nother subject because you'll never be able to compete with those women because they're not real. You're seeing a fantasy world. But on a lighter note, his side piece could be his wonderful mother. Maybe sometimes you feel his mother takes precedence over you. Maybe it's your sister-in-law. Maybe it's his family. Maybe it's his boys. So you can have a whole lot of side pieces, but whatever it is, he's preoccupied. It could be his work. Maybe he's working on a project. He's processing things. That could be a reason. I will tell you this, if he is watching his NBA sports team or his college sports team or his NFL team, don't try to talk to him then because you will not get a response. Okay. Another thing that could be a side piece is video games. Maybe your husband's a gamer. Whatever the case may be, he's preoccupied. And then number 3, I know you don't want to hear this, but it could be you. And why do I say that? Sometimes how we approach our husbands can shut them down. Sometimes it's not what you say, but how you say it, your mannerisms, your eyes. Do you Do you roll your eyes when you talk? Do you swing your head when you talk? It's all kinds of things. Do you yell when you talk? Are you very demanding when you talk? Those are some things that can really cause your husband to shut down. Now, the first two, how he was raised and his preoccupation with something or someone else, you really can't control, but you can control you. You can control how you approach him. You can control how you communicate with him. You can control the atmosphere that you're talking with him in. And I will tell you, sometimes that can be challenging. I know for me, for many years, how I approached my husband was challenging. And I realize now, a lot of times that was what put him in shutdown mode. Now, I know you do not want to go into shutdown mode going into the new year. I know you don't want to just feel lonely, because when your husband shuts down, it feels very lonely. Wouldn't you agree? So I want to help you. I want you to get some more tips and nuggets and topics on marriage. I want you to join me on my Her Irresistible private Facebook group for married women. Join us. There's going to be a link right below this video. It's Her Irresistible Marriage. It is a private Facebook. All you have to do is answer 3 simple questions, click the submit button, and you're in. You're going to get a bunch of videos. You'll be a part of a community of women who really are fighting for their marriage. And I believe you'll be encouraged in your marriage. You'll be encouraged not to give up. You will get some tips on how not to push your husband into shutdown mode. Well, anyway, I'm going to say it again. 3 reasons why your husband could be going into shutdown mode. 1, because of how he was raised. He wasn't properly raised to communicate well. Number 2, he's preoccupied with someone or something else. And number 3, it could be you. I want to encourage you, take responsibility for what you can do and then let God do his part. Again, go ahead and click that link, Her Irresistible Marriage private Facebook group, and I'll see you soon. Bye.